All right, and welcome to the show here. I, of course, am Bob Gersha, a.k.a. Robert James, and we are definitely going to do this one. Want to talk top NFL quarterbacks. Yes, you're seeing me do another show here, and we're going to talk about the top NFL quarterbacks going into this. It's been 10 weeks. We still got 7 weeks left of football here. But who's really running the top 10? I know a lot of people, when this thing first started, pretty much maybe saw Pat Mahomes being the guy who could really run this thing. And it really hasn't happened with him. But I think it will happen here. And I think it will happen in more ways than one. When you really look at this one here, I think you're going to see Pat Mahomes bounce back. He's not going to be the MVP. I think the top person in this one is going to be the MVP, and I am giving away number one here right away. It is Russell Wilson. I think if you were to talk about top quarterbacks in the NFL so far, he may even finish number 2 or number 3 by the time this ends, because 7 weeks, a lot of things could end, including the playoffs. Can really say something, but I gotta say, I think Russell Wilson is probably the one guy who's really ready to take really take spots that really need to be taken here in this one here, you know. And I gotta tell you, my top 5 has not 5 quarterbacks, but 6 quarterbacks right now in the top 5. The top 10, which is what I'm going to give you here, is really where it's going to where we're really going to see how it pans out for them. Now, I do want to talk about quarterbacks at the bottom of the list. These quarterbacks are being recognized because they're not really going to do anything for you, and that's Ryan Finley, Dwayne Haskins, and it's not their fault. They're just starting, but truth let it be known. That is the case with this right now, and that's what we got to look at here with them. They're not at fault. Brandon Allen, I know some people would really want to give him, a hard time with it too. But let's take a commercial break, and I'll explain this a little more after we take our commercial timeout. We will be right back.
Is your place for that aquatic enthusiast and your family this holiday season. With Christmas fast approaching, now is the time to look for that great gift for that special someone who lives the aquatic lifestyle. With years of experience, owner-operator Nelson Fletcher can help you achieve your aquatic needs and goals and help you find that special gift for that aquatic enthusiast you love. You can also converse with other aquatic hobbyists and enthusiasts by logging on to www.aquariumauctions.ca and joining the TAC room, where you can ask any questions. Visit Canadian Aquatic Auctions today at their website at www.aquariumauctions.ca or their Facebook page at facebook.com/Canadian Aquatic Sales. Together we can build lasting relationships based on listening and servicing your needs in a professional environment. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Canadian Aquatic Auctions.
My name's James. For 6 years, I was a garbage can druggie. I would do any kind of drug I would get my hands on. But here at Teen Challenge, I've walked away from that drug lifestyle for good.
If you know an adult or teenager who is struggling with a chemical addiction, Teen Challenge is there to help. Please, don't wait. Call us today at 417-862-6969 or reach us on the web at teenchallengeusa.com.
Christmas is not far away. Come catch Santa on his sleigh. Time is precious, seize the day at Ski's Watch and Clock. Ski's been in business for 20 years. He knows his stuff, so have no fears. He knows about all those tiny gears inside every clock. When you come to Ski's Watch and Clock, his variety is huge. From wristwatches, pocket watches, stopwatches, desk clocks, mantle clocks, grandfather clocks. new and previously owned reconditioned pieces. Right now, with Christmas so close, we will only accept light repairs till after Christmas. The elves are busy enough as it is filling Santa's sleigh. Don't let the Grinch stop you from filling the stockings or putting things under the tree this year. If you're worried about getting someone a gift, you can put items on layaway with just a small deposit. Thanks to Ski, you can send that stupid Grinch to his bedroom with no dinner or TV and no computer or PlayStation. By now you must be wondering where Ski's watch and clock is. It's located in beautiful downtown Winter Haven at 106 West Central Avenue, Florida, just across from the main post office. Call 863-294-5630. Again, that number is 863-294-5630.
This is our time. We play without limits. We create without rules. We are not for sale. We connect with the whole world. Every idea we've shaped, every relationship we've cultivated belongs to us. We demand the freedom to be our uncensored selves. And when something challenges that, we change it. Together. This is our time.
One, two, three.
Let's start a revolution. Let's MeWe. Join the revolution at MeWe.com.
Memories can last a lifetime, especially when it comes to the holidays, especially when it involves taking pictures. If you live in Southern Oregon or Northern California, there's one place you can count on to make those memories last longer than the holidays. That place is Grateful Heart Photography. Abigail Summers can help you with making your Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate the best ever by taking single shots, family portraits, couple portraits, pet photos, and more. She can also capture the finest winter scenery you can imagine. Those photos are available all across the country and around the world at a price that will not empty your wallet for last-minute Christmas shopping. Don't wait until the last minute to get your pictures done for the holidays. Call Abigail Summers at Grateful Heart Photography at 541-951-2443 or message her at her Facebook page by searching Grateful Heart Photography. Much of her work can be found there. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year from all your friends at Grateful Heart Photography.
If you're looking for action-packed classic fun, look no further.
Carter, there's a machine gun. Look out, Danny!
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
For the best in old-time radio adventures, you've come to the right place. This is one nostalgic weekend.
Saturdays and Sundays, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on Action VR Network.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Are you looking for a great education that's also in a great location? Check out College of the Siskiyous. We offer a variety of career and technical education programs, general education, and personal enrichment classes. With our new Reg 365 process, you can register for any semester, any time of the year. With on-campus housing, an active campus life, competitive athletics, and expert guidance from our highly trained staff, College of the Siskiyous is waiting for you. Call us today.
All right, we are back, and we're doing this thing here, and like I said, some of the names are not going to be looked at as being at fault for anything. Dwayne Haskins, Ryan Finley, Brandon Allen, I'm not throwing them under the bus by any stretch. Names that will be thrown under this bus. as worst quarterbacks because they have spent most of the season playing, and you got to really look at their faults in this one. Mitchell Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, even though especially Trubisky stepped it up, Sam Darnold are just some of the names that really have not gotten it done. Even for my own Miami Dolphins, Ryan Fitzpatrick. We're taking a look at this. Those are some of the worst. Not in any type of order, but really well. I may be cutting a little slack to Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones falls under this as well, too, because really, Daniel Jones, in his 9 games, really has not been that impressive. You saw 2 good games from him, and you can say what you want to about the Jets game. Means nothing. But names that you will not even see in the top 10 here, and some people will be asking why. You will not see a Baker Mayfield or a Josh Allen or a Jared Goff in this one. Josh Allen, since his concussion protocol, really has not been the same quarterback. Baker Mayfield has been an average player, probably in the bottom of the first half, of this one at best, at number 15 or number 16 at best, if you were to rank him. Maybe even the top of the second half of this at number 17. Truthfully, when you got guys like Kyle Allen and Jameis Winston looking better than these guys, it's really bad. And Ryan Tannehill looking a lot better than these guys. Nick Foles doesn't deserve to be on this list. And really, to be honest with you, I myself personally am not that impressed by Jacoby Brissett. Let me give you the names in my top 10. My top 5 will probably be the same as others. I actually got 6 people in this one. My top 5, especially now looking at this thing since the unexpected and abrupt retirement of Andrew Luck, who really would probably be the number 1 guy. Russell Wilson really is that number 1 quarterback. Russell Wilson, because you're gonna have a long history with him. Russell Wilson's got another at least 9 to 10 years. He's got at least that much left, as long as they get him at least a little bit of protection. You get him at least a guard and a tackle on the weak side. That has to be protected the most. And I think Russell Wilson will be fine. Number 2 on this list, and a lot of people would think I would have Lamar Jackson here at number 2. Truthfully, I don't have him at number 2. I think there's still a ways to go for Lamar Jackson. And my number 2 guy on this list, if people have a hard time believing this, is, believe it or not, Dak Prescott. Prescott has always remained focused and played strong, whether the Cowboys are winning games or losing games. And Dak Prescott is the reason why this Cowboys team is not a holy mess. This kid has come a long way. He's making things work. And I just think Dak Prescott really has what it takes here to do this. I think Dak can do what needs to get done here and get it done right. So, that part, I'm going to say, people may disagree with me here, but I got to go and I got to say it. I think I think Dak Prescott has the right idea of everything. Of what a quarterback is and what it's supposed to be, and he's not, even though he may not have the strongest arm, he may not have the best ability, Dak has the brains. He has the brains and he has the clout that helps him to be a top 5 quarterback. I don't know how long he'll be number 2. I think with the way things are happening with other quarterbacks is another reason why he's number 2. But, I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from Dak Prescott, and I won't. Number 3 on this list, and some people are going to really probably question me for doing this. May say I'm doing a little bit of coddling in this case, and I probably am, but I have Patrick Mahomes. Like it or not, yeah, he missed a few games, and yeah, he's not winning all his games. But I gotta say that with Mahomes, he probably should be the number 1 guy on this list. His injuries have hurt him. I think some of the things that have gone on, that really aren't his fault, have really done some things to hurt him. But he's really supposed to make up for that. And and it's not all his fault because the team should not be so reliant on Mahomes. They need to be able to work as a team like they did when they had Matt Moore out there playing. And that's what they need to consider. So Mahomes is number 3 on my list, of the best quarterbacks. Number 4, this is where I got him. Some people say I should have him listed at number 2, or that, and truthfully, I don't, I'm not really looking at him this way. I have Lamar Jackson at number 4. Lamar Jackson, again, he deserves this ranking. Some people will say he probably would just barely be in the top 5 if other quarterbacks didn't have the problems that they have, and they're right for the most part. But to say Lamar does not deserve to be in the top 5 is totally wrong. This is a guy who's proven himself to be a top-of-the-line quarterback who can lead the new generation of Baltimore Ravens down there, and he showed that against the Patriots in a big way, going up against that powerful Patriots defense. So you got to look at that. And you got to look at the fact that Lamar can do the big scoring, and I think Lamar Jackson really probably deserves to be number 4 on this list. More so than anyone else. Why is he number 4 and not number 5? Because the 2 people or even number 6, because of the 2 people I do have at number 5, I have a tie with 2 players. I have Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers, tied at number 5. Why Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers has stepped up his game in a big way, with the exception to that one game he had. With the exception of that one game he had, he really, you have to look at the fact that this man is back. And I mean, it shows when you give him, like you would with Tom Brady, you give him a team he should have, he's going to give you everything he has and then some, and not just simply give you everything he has. Aaron Rodgers has been the best for a reason. Some people want to say he's overrated. I think they need to get over themselves for saying that. But for Aaron Rodgers, this is, to me, his big coup. I think Aaron Rodgers has really earned it more so than anything else. He spent so many years finishing at number 1 or number 2, competing with Tom Brady for that. Most of the time he won it, while Tom Brady was just simply getting Super Bowl rings and credit for going to Super Bowls. But Aaron Rodgers was always a reason why this Packers team always went to the playoffs. Some things the Packers have to take fault for, especially when he had his injury. But I gotta tell you that, for the most part, Aaron Rodgers he has where the places where it counts the most, and this is why he is listed. He is listed the way he is, and I wouldn't say it any other way when it comes down to it with Aaron Rodgers. He is older, but young compared to Breeze and Brady. But again, how do you not look at it and look at that? Deshaun Watson. Some people will say I shouldn't have him in the top 5 at all. I disagree with that. Deshaun Watson, again, he's slowly but surely getting the team he needs together. We can only hope that it's not too little too late. If Deshaun Watson never had his injuries, he probably would be competing with Pat Mahomes for the top spot, and maybe going up against even the Lamar Jackson and whoever else. Of course, we already know who our number 1 is in this one, and he really shouldn't be number 1, but he's also doing the best job of anybody on a consistent basis, win or lose. So we can't deny that to Russell Wilson. But for the most part, Deshaun Watson deserves to be in the top 5, deserves to be in the talks. That's why you have 6 people in this one and not 5 right now, because that tie at number 5 with those two are what it is. So look at it for what it is. You got Russell Wilson number 1. You got Dak Prescott number 2. You got Pat Mahomes number 3, Lamar Jackson number 4, Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers tied at number 5. Number 6 on this list, and some people are going to disagree with me here, saying that this one should be in the top 5, but number 6 on this list, I got to give it to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, very, very solid player, very solid, very consistent. People say he should be in the top 5. I think this is probably his peak right here. I'm not going to say much more where Kirk Cousins goes, because Kirk Cousins can be a top 10 player. He just can't be in that elite of top 5 quarterbacks. He just really can't be. And what's really making him number 6, again, is with what's going on with quarterbacks now, between their injuries and anything else that's really going on with them. Number 7, Carson Wentz. I think a lot of people have Carson Wentz moving down. To me, this is more the status quo for Carson Wentz. He probably should be number 8 or number 9. But truth let it be known, I think Carson Wentz has what it takes to get back into the top 5, because he was right there in the top 5 his rookie year. His injuries, especially in the second year when it was his back, Carson Wentz still has a ways to go. I think Carson Wentz will eventually get back into the top 5, but I think he's at number 7, and if he were to look at himself in the top 10, I think he would settle for that. I think his performance is going to improve with or without help, because I think Carson Wentz is on his way back. But I think also Carson Wentz might be having a battle to get back into the top 5 at the same time too, because number 8, and this name should probably be looked at for the top 5 and will probably be a top 5 quarterback when everything's official and done by the end of the football season. Number 8, Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo, trooper. You're working without a real offensive line. You got few targets to go to when you look at George Kittle and Emmanuel Sanders. This is a man still getting it done. This is a man still getting it done, no matter what. His ratings are a heck of a lot better with Sanders than it is without him. And I just think he really does deserve to be the number 8 spot on this list and really just get it done. I think Garoppolo is really where he should be at this point. Number 9 on this list, when it comes down to it, I got to put him up there with the way things with what's going on with people like Phillip Rivers and even with Drew Brees. I got to put Kyler Murray up there at number 9. I think maybe Kyler Murray may be overrated here a little bit by people, including myself. But Kyler Murray is, again, a man working with targets and a very weak offensive line. I again have to say that in real life, would he make it into the top 10? He might, but he's easily a number 11 or a number 12 easy. And I think you're going to see things improve for him as they will get more receivers for him and start to get him some protection up front. Number 10, and he just barely makes my number 10 on this list, is Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady really probably should not be in the top 10. I know Tom Brady, does he still have his abilities for his age? Yes. Has his team gone undefeated? Yes. Now, is it all about Tom Brady getting it done? No. Is he the glue keeping this team together? No. Tom Brady has more targets to throw to, and if they had another tight end that they could have him throw to the same way he did already, then Tom Brady would probably be your top guy. As far as having the best of the best around him. He has a better offensive line than he ever had. He has a running game like he never had before. So you're already seeing those things to really help Brady. Tom Brady's not winning the games for them. It's Bill Belichick. So you're just buying more time for Tom Brady because of his legend. But he's not a top 5. He's really just barely a top 10 if you really want to get to the truth of it. I think you're going to start to see those cracks really start to show more with the Patriots too, and I don't think Tom Brady will be able to fill them. I will say this, they will be probably the ranked number 1 or number 2 in the AF. Well, they won't be ranked number 1 in my opinion. They'll probably wind up ranked number 2 because I do see some games that they have that can be losses for them. And I think that they can happen. But I gotta say, I think Brady knows he's on borrowed time as far as any real glory goes. I think Brady, he deserves to be where he is. People say, well, you got Kirk Cousins ahead of Tom Brady. Some of my top 10 has to do with people's age because I like to look at quarterbacks more for the long term. And you got more younger quarterbacks now than you did even 5 years ago that are making it. And when you look at the crop that's going to be in the NFL draft this year, next year, and the following year, there's a lot of reason to be very, very much the optimist with quarterbacks. So that's got to show it. And some of the names that did not make it into my top 10, but they didn't be looked at as some of the worst. Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan, I don't know if he'll have much more success than what he has, but Matt Ryan is one of them, not getting it like that. Nick Foles, although Nick Foles really hasn't played one full game yet because of his injury. Jameis Winston, and I didn't put Jameis Winston in the worst either. He has his hot and cold times. Kyle Allen, we got to see more out of him and hope that he's not a one-year wonder. Baker Mayfield probably never will be a top 10. And if he does, he probably would be at the bottom of the list of the top 10. Jared Goff, his stock has gone down majorly. Jared Goff never really was a top 5 quarterback with me. He was probably number 8 at the most if I'd ever did any lists on him. And he's gone down maybe 5 or 6 steps with me now and might go down even more. Jared Goff with me is probably ranked more at number 15, and if any lower would be number 18 or number 19 on my list. Because Jared Goff is overrated. He's not the glue that keeps them together. Sam Darnold, I got him listed more in the bottom 10, although I think Sam Darnold will have his career revised. I think he's got to get past this year and just really get his head screwed on straight. And I think that'll happen with time. But I also got to say that, anything is better out of him than what we're seeing out of Mitch Trubisky and even Daniel Jones. So you do have players. And Mason Rudolph, not a top 5, not a top 20, not even a top 30 player. If he were to rank in the top 10 anywhere, he'd rank in the bottom of the top 10 between number 7 and number 10 of best backups. Ryan Finley, going to play as much as he can this year. After that, you're going to really probably see a change happen. A change happen to where he's going to be probably a second string or a third string. Because he's on a team that's really trying to rebuild. But that's about it. So, I really can't say much more. Some people are asking me, how would Nick Foles rank if he never got injured? Nick Foles is probably within the top 20, not really with the top 10. Another name I'd like to mention more in the honorable mentions, he's a guy who can make it into the top 10. And probably, I don't know if he'll ever be a top 5, but he will be a top 10. And he really does have it to win a Super Bowl, and that would be Derek Carr. And that's all I'll say there. So there you go. That's my top 5 for right now. I'll have my official top 5 at quarterbacks at the end of the season, so we know where things will be. But as far as anything goes, truth is, I think I think we're looking at a new crop of quarterbacks, because most of it is new faces that have not been around as long, with the exception to Aaron Rodgers. And I think, like I said, I think a lot of names are really starting to go down more and more. And I think the only new name that's really gone down instead of up really has been more Jared Goff than anything else. But we'll see how things pan out by the end of the year. I could be wrong about all of them. I could be right about all of them. I could be wrong about some and right about some. But that's how I look at it. Right now, that's the thing that's going on. And people want to know why things aren't so fascinating with the quarterbacks as opposed to last year. Well, look who's around and who isn't as opposed to last year and this year too. But it's all good. We're going to see how it all works out. This has been my top 5 of the NFL quarterbacks. Or my top NFL quarterbacks. Here was Take Time for Sports with me, Robert James.